just really interesting, actually. Now, I don't know if you can answer this one, but it was a prepared question, so you may have an answer for it. But I'm a big reader, as you might be able to see behind me. Have you got any books that you would recommend leaders?
I did think about this for a while.
You
I
can't say
find
no.
it one of the difficult questions to answer because I can't really pick one book. Personally, I prefer to read memoirs. I'm a
Okay.
big fan of memoirs because I think there is a lot of lessons learned from memoirs. Trying to get into the mind of people that ordinarily you wouldn't have the chance to speak with,
Yeah.
and trying to get a little, behind the scenes peek of how they started, what their life is, what are some of the mistakes they did along the line. So I love memoirs. My favorites, the ones that pop into my head when I was thinking about this question earlier, was I like Alan Sugar. What you see is what you get. Um, I it, I like the book. Him as a person, I'm not a big fan of him as a person per se, but when it comes to his business mind, I think he has some very good lessons there that can be applied regardless of whether you're an entrepreneur or not. I think there are a lot of lessons learned from that. Being able to just be bold and go after what you want and believe in your decisions, even if when everyone around you think that may be a failure. So
Yeah.
I like what you see is what you get. I like Shark Tales, Barbara Corcoran. I am a big fan of Barbara Corcoran, so I read that book. It's a very simple, easy book to read, and talking about how she started a real estate empire,
Yeah.
how some of the challenges she went through, and again things that you can easily adapt to life, working life. And I love comedy, so I love Trevor Noah, Born a Crime. Um, I love Kevin Hart, so I read his book too. I
He's
can't make
hilarious.
this up. They are hilarious. So I read those two as well, and again they are comedy. Kind of they try to look at things in a fun way, but then they give you examples of some of the struggles they went through starting out and how they got a lot of roadblocks in their way. And again, people telling them no and people not believing in what they can do and they pushing through and learning from their mistakes. So those are kind of my favorite books. I
Yeah, they're very powerful. Very powerful. I agree with you, and it's some of those memoirs are fascinating. I've read a few of the Alan Sugar ones, and he is a fascinating character. But it seems that you really like short people because Alan Sugar's tiny. Kevin Hart is maybe you've
that is a good observation. Yeah, they
yeah.
are tiny. I mentioned four tiny people.
There you are. You've got a particular niche, which is memoirs from small people.
You know,
Right.
you know what? You know what they say? Big things come in small packages.